Hi, and welcome to another episode of Wrestling Tea Tarot, the channel where we try to look beyond the kayfabe and behind the booking to find some nuggets of truth in the world of professional wrestling. I am Jude, here with my partner Calypso Vibes, and as always, what we do is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. We do not have any particular connection to any wrestling promotion or have any direct knowledge of these situations. Today, we're going to talk about a very prominent and I guess to some nowadays notorious figure from both the WWE early days and the WCW. Tammy Sytch, better known to most of us as Sunny. Sunny has been in some legal hot water related to a number of incidents: stalking, breaking and entering, some things related to attempted violence, and then of course she had an vehicular manslaughter charge from early in 2022. We're going to take a look at Tammy, look for the tea, maybe try to suss out what went wrong, what are some of the factors that led her from the really one of the brightest stars in the WWF to kind of the hot fire that she is now. So we're going to start with some kind of ground level astrology and numerology. First thing we're going to talk about is her zodiac sign. Tammy's birthday is December the 7th, which makes her a Sagittarius. Sagittarius related to force and matter, have a great sense of responsibility, lead a disciplined life with certain rules and principles. You are also very attractive. Well, I think what most of us remember about Tammy is that she was absolutely very attractive. And I don't think that she's really given credit for the discipline and principles. And actually, let me get the other Sagittarius card here. The ninth house represents intuition and the study of religion, philosophy, and higher learning. She was a natural in the business in really every way. I mean, she had the look, she had the charisma, she had the smarts to know how to work a crowd.
Even Cornette praises her a lot.
Even Jim Cornette, who doesn't praise a lot of folks,
especially women,
highly praises Tammy.
Early Tammy.
Right, early Tammy. In a lot of ways, I'm trying to envision her as Tammy because that was the beginning of her career, whether it was in Smoky Mountain, WCW, before she got to the WWF, and
when she was so cute,
it kind of went off the rails. But the intuition, just the natural charisma and charm, and the work ethic to become as successful as she was. Now, most people think of Sagittarius and its Greco-Roman relation to Zeus or Jupiter, the Lord High of the gods. And maybe that doesn't resonate with what you think of when you think of Sunny or Tammy Sytch. It's also important here to note, as Calypso pointed out to me, in the Egyptian pantheon, the zodiac sign of Sagittarius is associated with Set. And Set is chaos, adventure, sort of unpredictability and creativity. And if anything describes Sunny's life, it's chaos and unpredictability. Let's take a look at her life path numbers. And again, I'm going to preface this by saying a lot of these don't jive with what we think of as Sunny or Tammy Sytch nowadays, but think of the person who generated that success to begin with.
You also keep saying she was wise, like ahead of her time and all that. She's Odin. So she had a gift for seeing things before it could happen, like this gift of like being able to adapt and see things. Like that's why I think she was so over. Like
she was
don't
so
get
over.
Credit for stuff like that. And she's really the first female to really break way to birth Sable.
who of course
she is Sable's mommy.
She is, and just like Odin is Loki's mother, Loki's father, and can't stand him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
my God! She is Sable Gemini. Oh my goodness. Keep going, sorry.
So her life path, her life path number is 11, which is associated with the Master Illuminator, wisdom, truth, and knowledge. Recognize and use creativity, intuition, and healing capabilities to benefit humanity. Again, intuition, creativity, like these are the things that really ring true about Sunny. Her destiny number 5, which is based on her name, Tammy Sytch. You are destined to teach the meaning of liberty and constructive freedom to others. Change and adaptability will provide you with an opportunity to deal with different people. Again, change, unpredictability, freedom. If ever there was a free soul that wasn't looking to be burdened. Her power number 7, which is related to the combination of her life path and destiny. Reevaluate what it means to work with introspection, spiritual contemplation, work with your deep need to know yourself through solitude and specialization, scientific study, or philosophical thought. To me, this is what Tammy Lynn needs. I don't know if she's too far gone. I hope on a deep level that she's not, that whatever, substance issues or financial issues or trauma, that there's still opportunity for her to heal. She's only 50 years old. Her...
She's going to jail. She manslaughtered.
She
hit and ran a dude over.
Well, he was also in the car, so she didn't run him over. But your point is well taken. And again, how many people go to jail and have that time for introspection and spiritual contemplation? Maybe she will be one of the few that finds a better self and heals. I don't know, but I would like to hope that the book is not closed on Tammy Sytch.
So yes, Sable is Thor. That's why they didn't get along. She's a Leo. She's Thor, and she is Ra, the sun god.
Okay.
So that's why she was a star too. So yes,
Makes sense.
That's why they clashed.
Makes sense. I also just for fun took a look at 2 love numbers, which are based on the power number for both parties in the relationship. And I was just curious about it, so I wanted to look at both Chris Candido with Sable. I've been distracted with Sunny. And also Shawn Michaels with Sunny. Because we know she was in a long-term relationship with Chris Candido, but was also having an affair with Shawn on the side.
R.I.P. Chris Candido. Died very young.
So her love number 6, relationship needs to feel safe, serene, and ordered. Within the soft space you create together, anything is possible, and you're able to express your creative gifts. I think that this is true of her relationship with Candido, that she felt safe there, which is why she was cheating on him, but didn't leave him, because that was the warm, safe home that she felt she could go back to. Love number 11, which again, this is based on her power number and that of Shawn Michaels. Your relationship needs you to communicate and embody the principles of empathy, sensitivity, and care. Your relationship will thrive if you're on a spiritual quest together. Well, they clearly were not on a spiritual quest together. They were just hot and heavy quickies in the locker room. And it seems like it probably ended up fairly toxic because it wasn't meant to last. This love number 11, I don't think really manifested itself to be a positive relationship for either one of them. Shawn eventually, found his spirituality and found the person that he felt to be his.
It's funny though, but he ends up finding that spirituality.
Ends up finding his spirituality and his soulmate, and this was not meant to be for the two of them. And of course, Candido ended up hurt, and Sunny herself ended up having a really tumultuous life. So that's a little basis background, what the numerology tells me. We're going to jump into the situations deck. We're doing a pretty tea-heavy reading this time because we know that Tammy's life has been kind of a mess for, gosh, the last 15 years or more.
Y'all hear how he's being kind?
I'm trying to be. Trying to be.
Oh, Lord, kinda. She's a what again? A Sag?
Sagittarius.
That's, I think, just looking at all the deities associated with her, yo, she really does have an issue with knowledge. Like, Tammy's own problem, seriously, is her own mind. Yeah, just looking at the deities associated with us, all wisdom, knowledge. All that knowledge for the business, all the wisdom for the business. I think maybe that's where some of her gripe came from. Right? That she wasn't being heard. Right? That she could see things, maybe felt like she could contribute to the business more to help Vinny.
And then she got slighted when Sable Star rose.
Yes.
And she definitely felt pushed aside by that. I mean, there are letters and interviews and things where she did not cuff her mouth about what she was feeling at those times.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's see what we've got here. Unconditional, genuine, certain love. I think she does love hard, right? She's clearly lives passionately, probably a little too much so. Love again. Adore, admire, enchantment. Again, she's...
See, I think this is Candido. Like, this is that unconditional foundation, right? The
How unconditional was it really, though? Maybe it was. Maybe it was sweet and cute like it looked in the Body Donna's era.
I mean, they were together literally until he passed. So I'm just saying, that's the first love right there.
And again, we've got the adoration, admire, enchantment. She has had love, and maybe she's, again, spent all that time looking to fill that void since then. Pressure cooker, rage, ready to explode. That's the business, right? The business drove her crazy because she got to the point that for all her gifts and for all her charisma, she couldn't win for trying because Vinny only had eyes for Sable. It got to that point. Allegedly for entertainment purposes, we don't want to make this about Rena Lesnar, but Tammy couldn't stand Sable.
Allegedly, they really did have fights.
There's that heat.
JR explained that it became really bad in the back. Like, it was hard to manage them. Because, by the way, JR was the head of talent relations so back then. He said he hated his job back then with them.
And when Sable came along, how did they treat Tammy? Threw her out with the trash. Right? She had to, seek her fortune elsewhere. She moved to a number of...
She went to EC Dub after that.
She went to EC Dub, and she went to Impact for a time, right? And this is all before she found herself doing adult film and becoming the hot fire that she is. We've got the children card, young, childhood, playful. Even though we've actually watched a couple, documentary or bio type videos, I don't really have a memory of what her youth was like. She didn't have any children, did she?
No, but when you see that card, it usually...
Childhood trauma?
Childhood trauma. Usually, in my experience, because it's so rare to pull it up, but when you do, it's usually childhood.
I didn't know this card was in this deck.
Yes.
I did not know this card was in this deck.
It's rare, but yeah. That means a lot of her stuff stems from her youth.
And boy, howdy, look at these last two. Legal, court, paperwork filed.
Let me look and make sure she hasn't had children.
And the bounty hunter, chaser, hot pursuit. She went through a period where she had several...
Stayed getting bounty hunted.
She did, because she would get court dates and not show up for them. So here you see the dogs is hot on the trail. That's pretty literal. While Calypso checks to confirm...
Look how good she looked in 2010. She really did clean up. Look, she looked like old school Sunny. She looked good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, she old school Sunny plus.
Plus what?
Plus a little extra enhancement.
Oh, Lord, gone. Yes, but she looked really good in 2010. What happened? I'm trying to see if there's any lovers in between 2010 that's listed. The fact that she's only 50 and her life is this chaotic.
That's what I'm saying. So in 2010, she was 37, right? She's still a young person, young woman.
She had got clean, but she's had addiction issues bad.
What's the
and that's
tea?
that childhood. She is numbing childhood stuff. Yeah. One day Tammy needs to talk from jail.
Well, I mean, she had a book that was a bestseller.
Oh man, I'd actually be
I want to say
to
that
read it.
that came out in early 2000s, 05 or something like that.
True.
Oh.
Told you. Mm-hmm.
Child services.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Called it. I'm like, watch, you're gonna pull. I'm like, usually if you see that, that's the equivalent to the child service card. Why every time I say something, it falls right out of your hand like
right out of my hand. And again, the way I do these, I don't get a whole lot of cards that fall. So the ones that do, especially when they come in chunks, like they want to come out. What's the tea for Tammy Sytch?
And this isn't to give her excuses, but like again, people don't understand if you grow up in abusive childhoods, or been assaulted as a child and stuff like that, you ain't gonna never have a normal adulthood. You're gonna see the world from these very tainted, tainted eyes that you can't trust anybody. And I think that's probably Tammy's biggest problem. Is I don't think Tammy ever felt like she could truly trust anybody except Candido. That man made her feel safe.
That was the first thing. I mean, when I saw that love number 6, and I read that description, I'm like, oh no, yeah, that was the only place that she felt safe, because clearly it wasn't Sean. And I was tempted to look up the number for Brett, but she has really said that she wasn't messing with Brett like that. And I didn't think it was worth doing it for Davey Boy. Let's see what else dropped here out of this tea deck.
Oh my God. Do you see what she was trained by? She was trained by Cornette and Kevin Sullivan, 2 of the OGs in the business.
Well, yeah, I mean, she came up through Smoky Mountain.
Yeah, no wonder Tammy went to the Fed and was like...
But not for nothing. I mean, those are both, top tier guys, creatively and very smart about the business.
But that's what I'm
But
saying.
how much do they really know about teaching a woman how to get over in the way that Tammy did?
I don't know, but regardless, it says a lot that I told you knowledge, wisdom is in her. So the fact that she's trained by 2 guys who have a lot of knowledge and wisdom, not necessarily wrestlers, right? But they're the minds of the business, says so much about Tammy.
It's true. It's true.
It says so much about Tammy that she was always drawn to the behind the scenes, oh, I love picking people's brains. Like, she loved that stuff.
Okay. There's so much. I just looked through these cards while you were speaking. There's so much in here about that drama with Rena. Shine, your light irritates their demons. Again, if you go back and look at her when she debuted in the business, she glows. She is a star from the moment she walks through that curtain the first time. And other people were jealous. Again, this is a period where...
Even Reina's jealous in the beginning.
This is before the Divas era has properly gotten going. And, that there weren't positions like that in the business. I mean, to some degree, Sunny sort of is the first diva. Where she was...
she crowns herself that.
She was...
The original diva of the WWE. She is.
And the most downloaded person or woman? I think person on the planet by AOL. Remember AOL?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I remember AOL. the most downloaded person on the internet.
That
Tammy.
says a lot. Says a lot.
Reflecting. This to me is back to this this power number 7 card. She has to look herself in the mirror and kind of take stock. I don't know if she's done that during, this time since her last arrest and arraignment. It's been pretty quiet for the past year, but I think she has lost herself, whether it's the alcohol or any other substances, but allegedly for entertainment purposes, she needs to get to know Tammy. Travel. She's the business, of course, makes you travel, but she has had a chaotic last several years, all around the country, particularly up and down the East Coast, and getting in trouble most of the way. So she's been riding those rails. She's been on the road.
Yeah, she has no children.
Dirty offer. This could mean any number of things, but I mean, we know she got involved in substances. We know she made an adult film, at least one. I'm not certain.
So she made adult film. Just to give you a little bit of background, really quick. She was on like the adult site. So she was on. They were doing OnlyFans before OnlyFans.
Oh, are you talking about
the wrestling?
Yes, the one that Missy Hyatt's.
Yes,
Ring Vixens or something like that.
So it was OnlyFans.
That's where that started,
which
right?
Is why Missy Hyatt actually should get some credit.
Yeah, we should do Missy Hyatt at some point, because Missy Hyatt was probably Sunny before Sunny.
Yes,
like her work with the Nasty Boys and everyone that she worked with on the WCW side. Missy Hyatt was on the commentary desk. Missy Hyatt had basically, her own little news desk there.
I'm curious to know what her sign is, but I'm just saying, Missy Hyatt made OnlyFans before OnlyFans. That's insane. Like, she was
but niche down, for the women of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And related to that dirty offer, there's the jackpot, right? There was definitely a payday for it. Absolutely. Winning money, got rich, unexpected money, inheritance. But we've got all this drama. We've got the girl fight card here. Again, it is well known that she had heat with Sable, aka Rena Mero, aka now Rena Lesnar. And that caused a lot of problems for her in the business. Looking you up, researching you, studying you, getting info. Look, she is extremely still searched because she can't keep out of trouble. But for as long as there has been an internet, people have been looking up Sunny. That's got to be a lonely life. Here's the lonely card, right? She needs to get to know herself again because she feels lonely. Nobody knows her. Nobody connects with her. She's just been this sort of, wraith of herself, since she's been gone from the WWF. Ghosted, disappearing, ghosting, in and out.
Missy Hyatt, by the way, is a Libra.
A lot of her old acquaintances don't want anything to do with her. Shawn Michaels found Christianity, found a new wife, didn't have anything to do with her.
Oh, maybe I don't know, necessarily just had, maybe she feels ghosted
lonely
by the business.
She's lone, again, no one from the business is still looking out for her.
Yes.
Right? She is lonely. She's been ghosted. And the only people who are looking her up now either want to see her videos or want to see, what the latest news on the train wreck is. Kissing behind. I don't know. I was gonna say whose butt was being kissed. I think this is Vince kissing Sable's because for all Sunny's work, she got out politicked.
I think that also could possibly be when she was, I think she's probably been trying to get back in the business, trying to get help. Like, I want to look at it from a modern time. I bet you she's reaching out to people trying to get help. So she's kissing butt
That's
to try
tough.
to get help. Well, I'll go to rehab because allegedly the Fed, remember, pays for old wrestlers,
Yes.
allegedly some to go to rehab. And I think they already paid for one step for her. And that's how she ended up looking as good as she did in 2010. They sent her to rehab. And she got clean for a little bit. That's Hyatt. Sorry, it's Missy.
Right.
But
no, it caught my eye. I didn't realize Missy Hyatt was, 9, nearly 10 years older.
Yeah, she's
than,
1963.
Than Tammy. So yeah, she definitely would have been
like a mom mentor.
Like a mentor figure.
So again, she might feel ghosted by Missy too. Anybody that's been her friend. She feels ghosted by the people around her. Missy's freaking 60 years old. Tammy, no disrespect. Like, she's 60 years old. Like, everybody can't keep stopping to save you if you don't want to save yourself.
Last card from this deck is the drama starter. Look, when she was still in the Fed, she, I already mentioned, did not hold her tongue. She was quick to start drama. She said inflammatory things about the booking, about the business, about her coworkers.
Yeah.
And then after that, contributing to her legal issues in whatever this, most recent toxic relationship that had her breaking into this man's house and, approaching him with weapons.
Well, allegedly they were dating. That's why.
Well, yeah, but
it still was toxic.
It was toxic. I said it was a relationship.
I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying, like, I think Tammy is a chaotic energy in itself. Like, again, now knowing who she's ruled by, I'm like, yeah, she's ruled by all these all-father energies, and yet also at the same time chaotic energy.
It's a strange pairing, right?
Right.
Because so many other, and you made that observation, so many other signs, it's very consistent, right? A Libra ruled by Venus, you have all these feminine beauty and love.
Which is why I think she took the Missy.
And Jupiter, oh no, it's Zeus, it's Odin, it's all these all-father figures.
Right, but who have heavy burdens to bear. That's the thing. It's always heavy burdens to bear.
You're talking about that knowledge.
Told you.
That spider on the mouth.
All the heavy burdens to bear. You know what I mean? So no, I think I understand, and this isn't to condone Tammy in any ways. Like, I think Tammy being a train wreck to herself is that doesn't harm anybody, but someone has been harmed now.
But someone has been harmed.
I'm not saying, this is why I said, like, when she was just being chaotic, harming herself, that's one thing, right? And you just feel bad. But now that someone else has been hurt by her chaos, but by the way, that's also the legal system's fault. The legal system failed that man because she had no business being out.
Right.
She had just went to jail twice before. I looked it up. She was out on bond. She had no business being bonded.
She's out here with no driver's license, driving around.
Yes. And that's not to say it lets her off, but to some degree, people really need to be mad at the judge who kept letting her out. I feel like if y'all want to talk about justice, equality, there you go. Let the scales speak the truth. Tammy is just as responsible as the judge who keeps letting her out. They are both responsible for that man's death. That's the truth. Guess what? Tammy couldn't have been out and killed somebody if she was properly being in jail like she should have been. So she could sober up, get clean, get help, and not be a harm and, a danger to herself and others on the street. Like, when you look and see how many times she had just went to jail before she hit him, it's like, wait a minute. She just got out. Bruh, the judge let her out again? Oh my God. Like, you really got to read into it. She has heavy energy.
Right.
I think you weren't expecting it.
No, I was. I mean, you don't get to have this chaotic a life without having been through some stuff. But just as I'm picking these up, I'm looking at them, and let's go ahead and talk about them now and wrap this up. We've got the knowledge card, which that there was a lot of wisdom and knowledge associated with Sagittarius, just in her innately, and her own intuition. But of course, this spider here on the mouth, knowledge can be dangerous to speak, and she might have some hidden trauma, right? That she's been holding in. She's got knowledge that it's too dangerous to speak about. Who knows? Maybe that wasn't actual childhood drama, just when she was young in the business.
Mm-hmm.
And she's only 50 years old now. How old was she when she got in the business?
Right. That's why I'm saying, like, it might be a little scarier to know that there might be some of them dudes in the business who might have put hands on Tammy.
Right. We've got the remembering, people and events from the past, knowledge from past lives, memories from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Not just that she was, this iconic figure 30 years ago, but she's remembering, okay? She's reflecting, she's remembering. Her past is a heavy burden, and I'm going to go ahead and lay some more out. She's got the regret. Now, hopefully, she has regret, guilt, and shame, sorry about what happened, for having taken someone's life, inadvertently or not. But she's got to also have some regret about some of her other life choices. What if she hadn't gotten involved with this person, or not made whatever decision? Maybe if she had never agreed to Missy to have these pictures on her Vixen site, she would have been she wouldn't have been approached by, or would have turned down Vivid Video when they came to her years later and said, hey, we did this with China. I actually don't know if she was first or China was first, but either way,
or maybe
she's got regrets.
She also could have been a better woman to Candido, and if she wasn't stepping out on him, I wonder if she ever regrets possibly thinking that if she was better to him, he'd still be alive.
Absolutely. We've got the crossroads. Crucial decision must be made. Moments of change, make or break. I think she's been through so many crossroads already, and doesn't have a great track record. What is it, Gemini? That's the crossroads. I wonder if she's got a Gemini moon or something because of this. I mean, she's like two different people already.
Yes, and I tell people this, like, you're not just ruled by your sun sign. You are also ruled by your moon. Your moon is where your emotions are. Unfortunately, I don't know Tammy. I would have to do a whole natal chart on Tammy, and it's not impossible, but I would have to know the time she's born, which I don't know if that's available on the internet. So
she's been through a lot of make or break decision points. She's got regrets about them. Helpful people. Someone will be generous to you. People want and willing to help, accept help from others. Why is the first person I thought of Mick Foley? Because he's always the I remember when, you were so sweet. I've tried to reach out, I've tried to help. But whether this is Mick or other people who have tried or are trying to be a friendly ear and to help carry that burden, she's not truly alone. She might feel lonely. We saw that card. She's not truly alone. I think there are some people, maybe not a lot, but there are some people who do want to help. The Snake Charmer. Turn a situation to your advantage. You'll win against your enemy, 2 steps ahead of your enemy. I don't know if she's got any snakes left to charm. I don't know, if there's a way to turn the situation that she is in to her advantage. And she shouldn't turn it to her advantage. I mean, this is one of those situations where it's not, oh no, the system is going after her for no reason.
Fantastic night.
We're hoping for her to, to beat this charge. No, she earned that charge, right? There's no indication that the accounts of what occurred where, she hit this other car occurred any other way than what's been said. So I don't know if she's trying to still finagle her way out of it somehow, but this seems a little dangerous to me. But we've also got strong Lilith energy in this picture.
By the way, Foley's a Gemini, which is interesting.
Because he's so sensitive, but he's also completely lunatic crazy. I don't know.
And he's such an empath for helping people.
The last card, which this is probably
excuse me, sorry.
The sum up of Tammy's, adult life, if not before, is the masculine. Like, she's been shaped or taken advantage of, or but behaved erratically as a result of some men so many times along the way that she has lost herself. And yes, she had to toughen up and adopt more masculine energy as a defense mechanism.
Versus being the snake charmer, which I think Rena was more this. Rena knew how to
see this Lilith energy?
Yeah, I think Rena knew how to get more with Honey, right? And I think Sunny always resented Rena, that Rena was good with doing this, and she was much more masculine, even though she was a tomboy. See, that's why I think Sunny became bigger than life, that no one talks about and gives her credit for. Not only did Rena is more of the Playboy Pamela Anderson clone wannabe, because Vinny had a Woody for Pamela Anderson. So he's like, oh my God, Rena comes in right after Pam, like during the Pamela Anderson era. He's like, oh my God, I can make her the modern day Pam, because he had a thing for Pamela
Where
Anderson.
Sunny was the Jenny McCarthy.
Right, but Sunny's also...
Which is who Sean ended up going to that WrestleMania with.
Right, but Sunny's also the girl next door and the tomboy. Like, she's relatable, and I'm like, no, that's why she was allowed to become that big, because I tell you this all the time. Men lust for the Sables, but they really will pursue the Sunnies.
She seemed more accessible.
Because she's seen some...
and again,
that laugh, that...
Sunny...
Like, yes.
That you want to talk about the girl next door in the, like, oh, she's so beautiful, I've got such a crush on her. That's Sunny.
She's the high school crush you got.
And especially during the Body Donna's era, she embodied that, right? Because, she's wearing the athletic wear and jumping around in the sneakers. She doesn't, and even when she starts to put on a more adult, appealing look, like when she's with Legion of Doom, she's still, like, her face is just, she's got a baby face. Even though she's a heel.
Right. I still couldn't take her serious even when she was trying to be a heel. It's like, oh, Sunny, you're so cute.
Let's kind of sum this up. I think there's a lot of trauma here. There's a lot of conflict with other people. A lot of regrets about her decisions. She's hiding something. Like, the full story is not out. Even if you read her tell-all book, which I admit I have not, there's some knowledge here that's being held back. But
I think if Sunny ever wants to set her spirit free, because she needs to, because that's Set, right? The only way Set gets balanced is by freedom, right? Adventure and liberating yourself. Sunny needs her liberating moment, even if it's in jail.
Is she going to find her freedom in jail? She might. Mental, spiritual, emotional. Even if her body is confined in a building, in a cell, she should
pen this.
She may get the opportunity. And again, that's what I said way back here at that power number, needing that solitude, spiritual contemplation, introspection. We saw the reflecting card. The remembering, and she's at this crossroads with regret. She knows, she's not so far gone that she's immune to, what the harm that she has caused, even as she tries to heal the harm that she's experienced. I said this at the beginning. I hope that, as this next crossroads approaches, that she gets a chance to reconnect with her power number energy here. And, I'm not saying that she'll ever come back to the business and be famous in the way that she was, but at least if she can find an opportunity to heal and find some peace with herself. Anything else to add?
It just hit me. Like, I had a vision, like a download. I think sometimes Sunny gets in trouble because she wants to go to jail. She wants to be confined. Like, there's
self-protection.
Yes, like it's the place you can feel safe. No one's gonna harm you. You don't have to pay rent. You don't have to pay for your own food. They feed you, they clothe you, all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to some degree, it's less chaotic, it's less noise, and whether some people admit it or not, some people will keep self-destructing to end up in that place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird, but I feel like to some degree it tells a lot, because you can't just walk up to jail and be like, okay, take me in. Sometimes I wonder if some of her chaoticness is to get put into that. She's like, no, I need this, or whatever. But it's just weird.
I mean, if that was the case, why she keep getting bailed out? And she should just have shown up for a court date and been like, "Yep, I did it."
Because there's a part of her that also wants the freedom, but
freedom is very much in her energy.
I just had a weird download. Like, yeah, I don't know if that meant that she wanted she's at least accepting this confinement. I don't know, but that's what the download said. Like that. No, I kind of feel like Sunny wanted to be in the prison, like, or this confinement or something like that. I don't know, but that's definitely what I just felt and seen.
Well, let's hope that she finds some healing, finds some peace. We are Wrestling Tea Tarot. I'm Jude. My partner is still Calypso Vibes. Thanks very much for watching this video.
Right, sorry it wasn't as fun as a lot of people were thinking, but
please like, share, click that notification bell, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know
what you thought about it.
What you thought about this. Other topics that are of interest to you. I've got a long list that we're working our way through of our own ideas, plus suggestions that we've already received from folks watching these videos. Check out our other videos. Most of them are current WWE or AEW topics. And so check out the other videos, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for joining us. Bye.